Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Top 10 Beginner Hints and Tips for Green Hell on the PS4. Tip number 1. Collect everything. We have some stones on the beach here. We're going to harvest that and pick up some stones. You harvest a big stone, you get some little stones. And you want all the stones. You want all the stones, all the sticks, all the small sticks, all the ropes. Sticks you'll find laying around on the ground, or you can cut down a tree if you need to. Ropes you'll find on these trees right here. You'll need lots of ropes. Go ahead and get all the ropes. Tip number 2, you're going to want to make some tools right away. So we picked up some stones, so let's go ahead and craft a stone blade. Expand, craft, and pick another stone, craft. It takes 2 stones to make a stone blade. Press R1 to craft. Okay, and we have our first tool. Now with a stone blade you can chop down a tree. It does work, but it would be better if we had an axe. So let's go ahead and craft an axe. Now you don't have to know how to craft an axe in order to do so, you just need to know what the ingredients are. So we need 2 stones, and a stick, and a rope, and we can craft our axe. Now again, we didn't need the blueprint to be able to craft that, we just needed to know what the ingredients are. Tip number 3. You're going to want to collect some small leaf piles right away. Now for now these are going to just be leaf piles, but later on they're going to turn to dry leaf piles, and we need dry leaf piles in order to start fires. So this right now is a small leaf pile, but in 11 hours and 54 minutes, it will become a dry leaf pile. You need that for fire. Tip number 4, we're going to have a look at our watch. You want to pay attention to your macro elements, red, yellow, blue, and green. Now if you have a look in your notebook, you can find out exactly what those are. Green is for nuts and fats, yellow is for fruits and carbs, red is for meat, protein, and blue is of course for water, hydration. So you want to make sure these don't get too low. If they get down to nothing, you're going to start to lose life. It's going to become a big problem. Tip number 5, you want to use your watch for navigation as well. You press right on the D-pad. It shows us that we are at 45 west, 31 south. Now I would recommend at the beginning of the game that you go north. So you check your watch, figure out which direction you're going, and we want to go north. Tip number 6, it's important to pay attention to sounds when you're walking around. They can let you know danger is nearby. For example, there's a snake over here. Get too close to him, he'll let you know. He'll let you know right away. Now if he's on your right side, you'll hear it on the right. Left on the left. But every now and then those guys are hidden behind bushes and you don't see them, so it's important to listen. You usually tend to hear them before you see them. Tip number 7. You want to try to find a coconut as soon as possible. 2 is better, but you want to have at least 1. Now it's not always that easy. Coconuts are randomly generated, so you never know exactly where you're going to find one, but you have to look around. You will need a coconut for hydration. And once you drink out of the coconut, you can crack it into 2, then you have 2 coconut halves. You collect rainwater with empty coconut halves. Very important. Not a coconut. Now sometimes you'll find coconuts laying around on the ground, sometimes you'll find them up in trees. You can actually throw a stone at a coconut to get it out of a tree. But you have to find the tree with coconuts in it first. Not so easy. Usually I find them laying on the ground. Now, take the flesh off the coconut, and you can drink it. And you can go ahead and harvest it. And we have 2 coconut halves. What we're going to do here is harvest it again. Harvest this one. And we have some coconut flesh, as well as 2 coconut halves. We could set these on the ground and collect rainwater. Now I have another coconut right here. Let's go ahead and drink this guy. If we can. Okay, drink. Okay, but we're not going to harvest this guy. We're going to go ahead and expand, craft. We use a coconut and a rope. Now we have a coconut bidon. We can use this to collect water and transfer water. There's a 3rd coconut. Oh my goodness. We are rich, folks. We're going to get 2 more coconut halves. Now, if you followed my advice and you decided to head north, this is where you're going to end up. There is a small abandoned village with a lot of good things. Right here we have some structures. This here is a meat dryer. And there's a bed over here we can use to get some rest if we need it. Location of this village, 46 west, 26 south. And if you look in the fire, tip number 9 in the backpack here.
Ooh, it's a map.
It's a map. Go ahead and take the map.
Or at least what's left of it.
And you press down on the D-pad to look at it.
Lambda 2. Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, and you'll see the numbers at the top and the numbers on the side. Those numbers directly correspond to the numbers on your watch. 46 west, 26 south. You can see 46 up top there, and 26 on the side. Directly corresponds to where this abandoned village is. So learn how to use this, learn how to use your watch to navigate, and the map. It will make everything a lot easier. And finally, tip number 10. When you decide to build a fire, you want to put your fire under a structure. Now, whether that's a structure you build, or a ready-made structure like this, you want to put your fire under a structure or the rain will make it go out every time. Alright, so I put my fire right under this canopy here. That way it's protected from the rain, and the rain will not put it out. Okay, I'm going to have a couple bonus tips for you now. Bonus tips. Remember those leaf piles we dried out? Well, here's the leaf pile right here. It is now a dry leaf pile. So when you're starting a fire, you go ahead and insert that.
Come on.
Okay. Ignite. There we go. Now, you can take your coconut halves, put them right here, next to the fire. And you can take your bidon over to the water here. And we're going to go ahead and fill it up with water right now. Just take the bidon out, put it in the water, fill it up with dirty water. And you bring the bidon back over here. And you put the dirty water in the coconut halves. Right there. And right there, and you can see it takes no time at all to purify that water. Good, clean drinking water. And like I said, the fire is under a structure, so the rain will not put it out. Alright everyone, thanks for coming along on this top 10 beginner hints and tips. I hope this helps you get a leg up on your journey. Now go on out and survive.